to business. There really is no rest for the wicked. Where were we? Ah yeah, I was in the process of dialing that in to 0. That's close enough. I've locked that up there. There we go. That's good. Clean it off. Squirt of oil. Fire this beast up again. Also, it's worth a mention that you don't want your drill bit to be too sharp for alloy. You don't want the cutting angle to be too extreme, because the material is so soft. If you cut your drill bit at too much of an angle, it'll try and draw itself into the soft material, and they can break off, or it can snag the workpiece, cause a lot of vibration in the bed of the milling machine or your drill. So nothing too aggressive with alloy. There we go. On to the next one. See how close I can get it. Ah, it's that 0.5 millimetre every time. Yeah, lock the bed. That's good. Lands on top of the centre punch again. Perfect. There's already a bit of oil there. You know what? I don't like the way that drill bit is starting. I'm going to give this a bit of treatment. A bit of TLC. I thought so. Yeah. Don't know how well you can see that's bring you to the light. You see that? See that cutting angle? Look at that. Starting off a lot better now. Look at that. There you go. Yeah, you can tell by the coils of material that are coming out. I'll just stop that there for you. Yeah, look. You can tell by the coils that are coming up the flute. A lot cleaner. amazing what a properly sharpened drill bit does. Looking for 60. Bit premature then. There you go. Perfect. Locked in. Let's go. And 90. Not too far out. Lock the bed. Yeah, perfectly on top of that centre punch mark again. Just supporting the edge of it here with my adjustable spanner, just to take out any flex. A squirt of oil. There we go. So I need to open 3 of these holes out to 6mm, starting with the centre one, because they're the ones that are going to be countersunk, so the countersunk screws. There. I'm not normally this clumsy, I'm normally pretty good, but I blame you lot, the viewers, because I'm under pressure here making a video. This is not my territory. So you have to bear with me making all kinds of mistakes. So bring this back to 0, that'll put us in the no, it won't. No, that's going to put us 3 holes down. So minus 30 or plus 30 is what we're looking for. Oh, it is 0, isn't it? Right, my maths are awful. Bang. Oh, not far off. Lock that in there. And that puts us directly above that hole again. So it's going to be this hole, and that hole that get the 3 spacers made. The others are going to go up and out to 12mm. I'll lock the bed there. Take us up to 60. Lock the bed, which is just where we want to be. We're going 60 in the other direction. And that'll put us bang on top of the other hole. Dial that in. Perfect. And that puts us bang on top of the hole again. Clean this drill bit. Perfect. Right, I'm going to need to make space for a 12mm drill bit. Or can I go out a bit further? Hang on a minute. Where's my vernier caliper? Can you see it? Can anyone see it? It's not in there. There it is, look at that. Let's just get 12mm up on here. This is zeroed, by the way. I zeroed it earlier off camera, in case any of you start shouting at me. Yeah, a 12mm hole there will look good. That'll be good. We're going to go for 12mm, that's what we're doing. Put that back in there where it belongs. So, I've not got the clearance here for the length of a 12mm drill bit, so I'm going to need to raise the headstock up, which means I'm going to lose my centre, but that's not a problem. I can just dial it back in. So I have to unlock the pillar clamp. Yep. These two M12 bolts and 19mm spanner. I prefer to get a machine with a dovetail, but this does have its uses as well. Raise this up. Give me a bit more space. My other box of drill bits. So we're looking for a 12mm. 12? I'd say it is. Wasn't bad for the first time guess, was it? That's 13. 13's too big. 12 will be okay. Twelve and a half. That is one. This is a 12mm drill bit. There you go. Good. It's important when you're using machines like this that you don't have any extensions you have, like for example the quill extends. The further you have to extend that to reach your workpiece, the more movement there's naturally going to be in the assembly. I know in a perfect world machines are supposed to have very accurate tolerances, but this is an old machine and no, it's not perfect. It's far from perfect, in fact. So you need to take all precautionary measures to make sure that, let's just check this drill bit. It's good enough. It'll be alright. The angle's a bit aggressive, but let's get up a bit higher. There we go. You have to take all precautionary measures to make sure that you give the machine as little opportunity as you can for it to vibrate or chatter. They chatter if you're not careful. So what I'm going to do now is, see the quill's right the way in, the drill bit's right the way in, and I'm going to drop this down nice and close to the workpiece. There we go. Just make sure that the headstock is centre with the back pillar, because you can do that with it easy. You see that? So just going to make sure she's centre. In fact, that was the last piece for us to drill, wasn't it? So that's already right. So what I can do to get it back to centre, I haven't moved the bed, so the last hole that I drilled was on this axis. So if I centre my drill bit into that hole, and I'll show you a trick now how we can do that. Right, what I'm going to do, I'll excuse me, lock this up again. No, I don't want to lock that up, do I? Don't want to lock that up. Hang on a minute. Just drop that down a bit further. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm dropping the tip of that drill bit into that hole. I'm just going to rotate the drill bit backwards with some slight pressure on. That's going to help centralise the tailstock, the headstock, into the axis that it was formerly drilled at. So that there now. That there now is where it wants to be. That's where it was originally. So we can lock this up now. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close enough to where it was. For shits and giggles, for what we're doing here, it'll be plentiful. Again, I know I'm going to get lynched by the engineers out there. But yeah, look, it's almost countersunk that hole just by me rotating the drill bit backwards, and you can see the countersink is actually really nice. So the drill bit's going into where it needs to go, and that's good enough for me. Right, but it's not that hole that I want to be drilling, so I want to drill that one, that one, that one, and that one out to 12mm, and it's going to be hunky-dory. So let's move the bed along. We're looking for 90 dial that in. Perfect 90, can you see that? There you go. Lock the bed. Right. It might be a bit fast because it's a bigger drill bit. I think it might be spinning a bit fast. We'll see how. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer it up. I'm going to see how it responds. See how it behaves. If I don't like what I see, I'll change the belt speed. But because alloy is quite soft, it is quite forgiving. You know, that's drilling just nicely. Look at that. That's just nice like that. Oil it up. There we go, and we're through. And what I've done in the name of efficiency, you'll see, is that I bolted these both together. Both sides of the torque arm that I'm making, I marked one side up, drilled them out, and then I bolted them together. So I'm, in the name of efficiency, it's two birds and one stone. That's what I'm doing. I'll zero that again. And we're looking for 60 because that'll put us on the correct hole. I was always taught that if you're going to make anything more than once, and they need to be accurate, if you can, if circumstantially it permits, then you do something like this. You clamp them both together and you make them both at the same time, or make as many as you want. If I needed to make 6 of these, provided that I would have the space and the jaws, then I'd try and make 6 at the same time. If you understand what I'm saying, just for the sake of it, like. Right, that puts us bang on where we need to be. Let's go ahead and drill again. That's drilling really nicely. There you go, we're through. We'll zero that. We'll move 60 along again. That'll put us there. Lock the bed. And off we go. 0. Move it along. I've got some tidying up to do on Monday, haven't I, guys? Hey, honest to God. Mae'n aeth ar y golwg yma. There we go. There you go, look at that. My next step is to countersink these, the depth of the head of one of these screws. Here's a countersinking tool. It's a 90-degree countersink, just like the 90-degree head of that screw. So what I need to do is measure the depth of this and countersink in that far. Does that make sense? But only on these ones, because these are the ones that are going to be getting the spacers with the screws. They are purely decorative. I'll polish them up nicely and it's all going to look good. I think, guys, I'm going to call it a day here now because it's getting a bit late on in the afternoon. I've got other stuff to do. So let's call this part 1. We'll call it Torcan part 1, and then you're going to get Torcan part 2. And with any luck, guys, you've enjoyed it and I've not bored you too much. Yeah, man. I'm sorry it's been a while. It's been quite a while, hasn't it, since I've last done a video. But yeah, I've got plenty of other stuff to do. I've got this here. This is in pieces. This has got a AdBlue problem. I've had to take the exhaust silencer off because it was full. Look at this. Let me show you this. This is what happens to AdBlue emission fluid, exhaust emission fluid, when it crystallises inside a hot silencer. Look at that. That is solidified AdBlue. It was like Pablo Escobar's living room. There's white blocks everywhere. Alright guys, thanks for your time. Let's catch up with you again sometime soon. Hopefully this video doesn't take too long to knock out. See you later. Like and subscribe. Go on.